Okay, assalamu alaikum. Now we've got two designs here that we're going to base our clothes on the same designs. First of all, you've got to look at the picture and decide that are you comfortable wearing, in proportion to the size of the model in comparison to what your size is. Are you sort of equivalent? Are you larger? Are you smaller? Higher, taller, shorter? I mean, she's probably 5'8", 5'10", because obviously models are fairly tall. She is quite slim. She is probably a size 8 to 10 maximum, and the way she's wearing the suit and the way it's being displayed and so on. So what we're going to do is her kameez, if you look on yourself, her kameez is just falling on the thigh line. So what you've got to do is, if you're happy with wearing your kameez to the thigh line, then you've got to take your measurement from the top of the shoulder up to where hers is, and then maybe do a rough sketch of the length. This is going to be a horrible drawing. I'm not very good at drawing. It's like a kind of jig-jaggy. So you're taking the measurement from the top of the shoulder and replacing, maybe replacing this with your size, the length, because that's the way you're going to decide on, because on that particular salwar, the kameez only looks good maybe 6 inches above the knee. So what you want to do is, if your length up to the knee, generally when I tell people to take measurements, I tell them to take them from the shoulder up to the point of the knee. So the knee is there, and if you look at this is probably about 6 inches above the knee, which is sort of like an adequate length. Normally with long kameezah, they were falling 6 inches below the knee. Now we've got them 6 inches above the knee. So if you measure 6 inches, if you take the full length of the kameez from the shoulder to the knee and then minus 6 inches, then that would be your kameez size. The other sizes that you need is from the shoulder, you need the chest, you need the waist and the hips, and then from the shoulder to the waistline, take the measurement from that, because often where you do the fitting, that's where a majority of tailors make a mistake. So this is like the waistline, so take it from the top of the shoulder to the waistline, and it's not below the bust. It's actually, if you look on yourself, feel for the thinnest part, and then feel across, and then place the tape measure top and measure down. And generally you want a fitting coming around here, not just under the bust, which is generally what mistake that tailors make. And now this size is actually no longer compatible to me. I have put on so much weight. Anyway, beside the point. So you want that, and then the daman on this is a fairly wide daman. Now if we look on the kameez daman itself, I think what they've done is they've done a fairly wide sort of like a sort of like almost like a fairly wide fitting. Now I'm not pretty much sure whether I would want that. And also, these edges, you would want these burning off really nicely, because it's got like threads hanging down, and then they've actually replaced all the areas with some sort of like bell-like, I don't know, lace or something. Okay, anyway, when we get around to doing that, I'm going to show you. And then you want the length for your full sleeves, and for the salwar you want it where you tie your salwar up to the bottom, and I'm going to show you how to go around sort of organizing the salwar. It's not hard to make. This is one of the simplest suits to make, and hopefully I'm going to show you and I'm going to work with you how we're going to master this, inshallah. So just a couple of things to sort out prior to going on to the tutorial itself. I'm going to source out some laces and stuff. Just make sure that I've got everything handy to complete the suit.